Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli, the computer guy, here for the Daily Blob, where we ask the question, how the hell do you get off this timeline? Is there a pull cord somewhere? Is there a button to push? I just went off this timeline. We're not going to talk about it today, but this is actually on the White House's website. This is on the White House's website. This isn't on Truth Social. This isn't on Breitbart. Does Breitbart even exist? I don't know. This is on a Breitbart. This is on White House. Iran's nuclear facilities have been obliterated, Haifa, and suggestions otherwise are fake news. Which we all know means they haven't been obliterated because he lies about everything. He lies about everything. If Trump tells you it's a sunny day outside, make sure to bring your raincoat, because that's just how he is. Anyways, can we get off this ride yet? Can we get off this timeline? Anywho, something that is only slightly less depressing than that. See, what I'm doing here is I'm prepping you. I'm making you so depressed right now so that when I give you the next news, you feel a little bit better, even though it's still screwed up. Anyways, the layoffs are continuing in Silicon Valley because, of course they are. 1% interest rates have gone away. And in this wonderful economy we have, right? To be clear, we're not in a recession. We're not in a recession. We're just in an economic kerfuffle, because that's what you hear, right? I go out there and I'm like, what's going on with the economy? People say, the economy's fine. Housing sales plummeted by 13% last month. There's all this other stuff. Again, layoffs, 171,000 tech layoffs in the past year. There's all this stuff going on. But whenever I talk about the economy, people are like, Eli, the economy's fine. It doesn't, I don't know. Anyways, the latest thing in the tech world is Bumble. So Bumble is a dating app. It's like a woman-centric dating app. Anyways, which is hilarious too. This is the other thing I want you to understand. I want you to understand that being CEO is being a CEO. That is actually not a white man thing. Like, I think about this with Marissa Myers. You remember Marissa Myers? Marissa Myers was, oh my golly, she was the blonde valley girl of the tech world. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she was qualified or whatever. Worked at Google, became CEO of Yahoo. And the funny thing was, she became CEO of Yahoo back when they thought Yahoo might be able to continue. She was the one that had Yahoo buy Tumblr and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, the funny part was, so she becomes CEO of Yahoo. Years ago, like, I don't know, 12 years ago, something like that. And the funny part was, they had an amazing work from home program back like 12 years or so. Wait for it, right? And anyway, so she comes in and she realizes she has a struggling technology company where she does not feel like there's a lot of synergy and dynamism and, I don't know, collisions and all that kind of stuff. And so she, like 12 years ago, forced the Yahoo employees to start coming back to the office. And it was hilarious. It was so funny because all these women started to try to tear her down, to say, how dare you? You are a woman CEO and you're forcing us to come back to the office. And it was hilarious because it was almost like a woman CEO was making the decisions a CEO needs to make in order to try to make their company successful again. And it was hilarious to see all those women. This is a betrayal. Yeah, it's kind of funny. White guy, black guy, woman, the whole nine yards. Being a CEO is kind of just being a CEO. You can do things around the edges. Don't get me wrong. There are things you can do around the edges. You can be more inclusive. You can listen to people. There's stuff that you can do. But at the end of the day, profit loss statements are kind of profit loss statements, right? Resource consumption is resource consumption. Doesn't matter whether you have a woman CEO or a man CEO or a trans CEO. I can't wait till we get trans CEOs. I am so excited for the days when we have a number of trans CEOs in corporate America. And you might be like, wow, Eli, I mean, I know you care about, DEI and all that, but that seems like it's going too far, right? You want trans CEOs? You want to push them? It's like, yes, Because it's got to be hilarious. It's got to be hilarious because I'm going to foreshadow for you. You know what those trans CEOs are going to do? More or less what every other goddamn CEO has done. And it's got to be beautiful. It has got to be beautiful. See these trans CEOs sit there as they realize, oh shit, they got to make the decision the white guy would have made. It's like, yeah, motherfucker. Because being CEO is a job. Anyways, my own little diatribes. As I say, I don't know. I don't know why you're here. I don't know why I'm here. We're just going to enjoy this time together in this insane ride in this particular timeline. So anyways, what I find absolutely hilarious about this is a woman-centric dating app with a female CEO, and Bumble jumps 26% their stock price as dating company plans to axe 30% of workforce. So the dating app that's created specifically to be a safe place for women, where this beautiful, lovely female CEO just axed 30% of their workforce to get a boost in their stock price. God bless. God bless. It's almost like being a CEO is an actual job. Anywho. If we take a look at this, Bumble shares rallied more than 26% on Wednesday as a woman CEO proved she can be the same kind of bastard a man can be. It just warms my heart. It just warms my heart. It warms my heart to see diverse people acting like white guys. Anyways, after the dating app company revealed in its security filings that it intends to slash 30% of its workforce, or about 240 roles. 240 jobs are going to be slashed by a female CEO so they can boost their stock price. Thank you, Spaghetti Monster. These are the stories I live for. The layoffs will result in $13 million to $18 million in charges for the company, hitting in the third and fourth quarters of this year. Management estimates the reductions will help the company save $40 million annually. 240 jobs cost $40 million. That's a lot of money. A Bumble spokesperson said in a statement to CNBC that the layoffs were, quote, not made lightly. We're not like those nasty white men. When we lay people off, we do it with love and compassion. We give them a care box of condoms so that when their kids sell their bungholes out behind the 7-Eleven to help pay the mortgage, that they don't get AIDS. That's not what a white male CEO would do. Do you see white male CEOs giving gift boxes of condoms so that when kids sell their bungholes out behind the 7-Eleven, they don't get an STD? No, you don't. That's how you can see the real difference for having a woman CEO. Quote, our focus now is on moving forward in a way that strengthens our core business, continues to serve our members effectively, and positions us for future growth, they wrote. Bumble said the cuts are part of a reconfiguration of its, quote, operating structure to optimize execution on its strategic priorities. The company plans to invest savings into new product and technology development. And this is one of the things that I've been arguing for a long time, right? A lot of you out there in the tech world, you've been hired for your asses. Right? It hasn't been sexist. They've taken male asses and female asses and trans asses, white asses and black asses and brown asses. All they cared is that you had a fucking ass to put in a fucking seat so they could pretend to the investors that they were growing and they were successful. If you don't have revenue, if you don't have profit, and you don't have revenue, and you don't have user growth, and you don't have any other metric you can pretend is actually valuable, well, hey, you're hiring people. So obviously we're successful because we're hiring people. And I warned all of you. I warned you. Right? It's gonna bite us all in the ass. And that's what we see, right? Right, the reconfiguration, operating a structure to optimize execution of its strategic priorities. Basically, they need employees to do the damn job. Wait for it. They need their employees to have an ROI for their corporation. And if you don't have an ROI for the corporation, they don't need your ass anymore. Founder Whitney Wolfe Herd, who stepped down as CEO at the beginning of 2024, returned to the role earlier this year. Along with the job cuts, Bumble updated its previous announced forecast for the current quarter. And this is what I love too. The company now expects revenue to range between $244 million and $249 million, and adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization between $88 and $93 million. That's up from $235 to $243 million, right? So basically, they're up by at least 11. They're expecting their revenue to be up by at least $11 million for the quarter, and they're laying off a chunk of their staff. Awesome. And revenue and $79 million to $84 million in adjusted EBITDA. So again, that comes out to about $10 million. EBITDA is, again, it's earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. It's a way to try to track how businesses are doing without having these extra numbers in there. Those extra numbers actually matter, but anyways, right? So anyways, the revenue is going up by about $10 million on the quarter, and they are going to be eliminating 30% of the staff. Thank you. Thank you for bringing in more money. Get the fuck out. Anyways, and yeah, I'm just going to be doing more and more and more of these videos because we're going to be seeing more and more and more of this horse crap. And this is the thing that you have to be thinking about as a technology professional in the modern world. If you want to continue being a technology professional, you have a bright future. You do have a bright future in the tech world. Understand, the tech world has boom and bust cycles, right? When I was in the corporate world, one of the managers who made significantly less money than me, he wasn't a tech manager, he was a general manager in the company that I worked for. He made a lot less money than me. He had actually been a computer science major and had done programming in the 1980s. He literally stopped doing computer programming because it paid so little. He literally said, Eli, I had to pay the rent, and computer programming wasn't going to do it in the mid-'80s. So he went off into the management world, right? By the time I got in the corporate world, it was the dot-com boom. Yay, 24-year-olds were flying all over the country until the dot-com boom went boom, right? And it went bust, and then everything went to hell, and then we had the upswing again. Again, that's where I had my business. And then we had the Great Recession, and then the WAT went down, and now we've had, I don't know, like 14 years of bull market in the tech world that's gone up, and now this is going to explode again, and it's going to go down, and then we'll have something on the other side. The big thing to understand here is if you focus on solving problems with technology. When somebody says, why should I hire you? And you say, I can increase your efficiency. I can decrease your errors or whatever else. I can do this for your company. You will have a long career. Tech stacks change. The need for technology doesn't, right? You may not think about it now, but canals were technology. Telegraph lines were technology. Telephone lines were technology. Fiber optic cables, right? Technology, right? Technology moves the world forward. The particular stack of technology will become obsolete. And so the thing to be thinking about right now is when you go out there and you look at the world of technology, what do you honestly believe are the skill sets that will bring value to companies? I talked about this before with Amazon, right? So Amazon, the CEO came out and started talking about, if you don't want to be motivated or whatever, if you don't want to work 60 hours a week for us, leave, right? Anyways, the thing that he talked about is that he expects 1 billion AI agents to be operating within the AWS infrastructure within the next few years. And the important thing to be thinking about there is that 1 billion agents have to be created. Now, how they get created? Like, well, Eli, AI is just going to code it. Maybe. Let's just put a pin on that. Maybe. But even that, you have to determine what the requirements are. You have to determine what the resources are. You have to determine what the inputs are, what the expected outputs are. All of that stuff has to be figured out. Even if AI codes it, which, again, question mark there. There's a whole bunch of work that goes around the coding stuff in general. And so that's what I would have you folks really be thinking about right now. Are you getting paid because you bring a return to your organization or company, or are you getting paid to be a pretty little ass in a seat? And, I fear for many of you, you're getting paid for your asses. You're going to pay for your asses. So yeah. So what do you think about this? What do you think about Bumble axing 30% of its workforce in order to jump 20%, 26% in stock price? What do you think about them axing 30% of their workforce as they talk about their revenue going up by 10 million plus per quarter? What do you think about the fact that this is being done and this is so beautiful? Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that face. Look at that face. What do you think about this face? This face pulling this horse shit. I have a dream. We have gotten to the mountaintop. We have finally crawled to the mountaintop with Martin Luther King. He had a dream that anybody could be a complete and utter asshole to their employees, regardless of the color of your skin. It is the content of your character. Are you a true worthless piece of shit? You too can run a major corporation in the United States. Anyhow. Hey, what? When I talk about the social justice issues, I talk about them. I talk about them always. Anywho, so what do you think about all this stuff? Put your thoughts down below, and always remember, doesn't matter whether it's a thumb up, a thumb down, a good comment or a horrible comment. In the social media world, an interaction is the thing that's valuable. Anywho, see y'all later.